Hello, and thank you for inviting me to address you here through the video. Unfortunately, I can't be with you in person, but I send you my best wishes here from the PRME Secretariat at the UN Global Compact office in New York. This month of September is full of action here at UN headquarters, and I'm happy to give you a little bit of an overview of what's upcoming and what will also be relevant for you in the PRME community and in your individual academic institution. I would first of all thank the organizers, and particularly Karim Sagir, the Dean of the School of Business at the American University in Cairo, the entire team at the Gerhard Center for Philanthropy and Civic Engagement, and of course also the Secretariat people at the PRME chapter for the Middle East and North Africa. And in addition, some of the key organizers together with Milenko Gudic and Lutz Schlange. I was asked to give you a brief overview of where we stand with regards to the principles for responsible management education, and then also to look forward to the opportunities that come up. So let me just briefly go back into the history. When we created PRME in 2007, the idea was simple. At that time, the UN Global Compact had already been in operations for 7 years and had engaged through a partnership between the UN and the private sector a number of activities to ingrain corporate sustainability into the strategy and the operations of companies. The UN Global Compact is a set of 10 principles in the areas of human rights, labor principles, good workplace standards, environment, and anti-corruption. In 2007, the vision was, in order to make further progress, we needed to engage those institutions, academic institutions, that have a direct influence on the future of business leaders. So the idea was, if we can create a program that can help to transform management education and research, that would be a great advancement. So in 2007, we were happy to be joined by a number of you and who helped us to create a set of 6 principles that provides the guiding framework for the organizational change that we encourage every academic institution to take that signs up to the principles for responsible management education. By now, in 2015, we have over 620 signatories worldwide in over 80 countries. Just recently, in June of this year, we met in New York for the PRME Global Forum, the 6th time that the PRME community came together on a global level, and we discussed much of the progress and still also the challenges that lay ahead of us. And we're very happy to see that in the past years, many of you have helped to create quite vibrant networks within the PRME community. On the one hand, PRME issue-specific working groups on, for example, anti-corruption, gender equality, or poverty as a challenge to management education. On the other hand, PRME chapters that bring together business schools and other stakeholders in a regional context. And also a PRME champions group that looks at leadership. One important aspect, and that comes now back to September, is that the United Nations is in the midst of launching a new global framework, the Sustainable Development Goals, which are meant to guide not only countries and governments, but also other stakeholders, very importantly also business, and by extension also you in your capacity as faculty members, deans, and researchers at academic institutions. I would highly recommend that you have a look at the outcomes from the 2-year process and the 17 goals that the Sustainable Development Goals are now strong, to see how these topics, from poverty alleviation to climate change action to good governance, how they can become relevant to set the vision and the pace for the change that we would like to encourage you to take within your individual academic institutions. In this regard, it is of course also very important to acknowledge the great work you have all now been doing for the past time and still today in terms of research, because we know that research is one important incentive for you as faculty members, because that's oftentimes how your work is being judged, how you are being evaluated. So the idea last year when the business school FATW Chur in Switzerland came up with creating a forum specifically looking at the research angle in Prime, in my opinion, is a very good one. So we were very happy to see that for the first time last year, some of you came together to specifically look at business schools and research and the corporate sustainability paradigm. So we're very happy, of course, now to see that this is a second iteration of this conference, with a third one in the making next year. And we encourage you very strongly to look at the links that come out of this meeting here and how responsibility topics and sustainability topics in research can also help to incentivize the change we want to see in the courses, and of course also over time in the organization, business schools and academic institutions itself. So I encourage you to talk, to plan, also with regards to what the outcomes from your discussions mean for Prime and the Prime community overall. With that, I wish you a good rest of the conference, and we look very much forward here in our New York office, my team and I, to the outcomes and to further discussing some of the topics you will be and you have been discussing throughout this conference. Thank you very much and have a great rest of the day.